Hello, everybody. My name is James Eugene. I wish that everybody watching this video live peaceful and successful lives, healthy lives, and I hope that the Creator can open up your understanding. Now, the purpose of this video is to unify as much people as possible, to have one understanding and one mind and one heart. However impossible it may seem, to me, I have hope in humanity, people coming together in unity, understanding, and sisterly and brotherly love. And in order for us to have one mind and one understanding, we have to understand what is God. For us to find out the truth in this interesting question is to combine all the scattered puzzle pieces together. You see, the truth has been segmented in many different parts of the world and in many different tribes and cultures, and the truth has been hidden from us, because dead cultures die with their understanding, and the truth has been scattered in pieces on purpose. Well, I'm here to reveal the truth so we can be unified. For us to understand God, we have to understand His powers and His nature. God is life and death. God is life and death. God is the light and He is the darkness. Life represents light and death represents darkness. God is both. Most people don't like the concept of death, so you can say God is time itself. That is what God is. You see, our understanding of God has been distorted through religion. Our understanding of God and the Creator is distorted and erroneous because of mankind's wicked nature. But for us to understand what God is, you have to understand that God is both life and death. God is time itself. When life existed, time was created simultaneously. And death itself, as we know it, is not the stop existing. Death is not just merely when we die. But death is time ticking and moving forward. This is what I want people to understand. So as soon as life was born or created, time was there. And as soon as death happens, that is time ticking. Every second that passes, every minute that passes, every hour, that is death. Okay, this is what I want people to understand. How God should be explained, or what should be taught, is not that God has human qualities, but man has godlike qualities. I'm going to say this again. God does not have human qualities, because God does not resemble man. but it is man that resemble God. Okay? It is man that resembles God. So man has godlike qualities. You see? And how we're able to understand God is because of these godlike qualities that we possess. That's why we're able to understand God in a small degree. All right? You may be asking yourself, how does man resemble God? Well, it's simple, because mankind has life placed inside of him. Mankind has time inside of him. And mankind is susceptible to death. God is both life and death. You know, we always keep saying that God is Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. All of these things translate to God being life and death. Now, once we have a working understanding of what God is in our minds, it becomes easier to experience God. Right? Remember, I said God is life and death. Before life, there is nothing. And after life, there is nothing. Because God is time. He's always going to continue. So now, the minute a person is born, he experiences life. And from that point when he is born, he's also experiencing death. Because every time a second passes, that individual experiences death. Now, what I want you to understand is that life doesn't only mean that you are born, but it also means the quality in which you live. And death does not mean when you die completely and you no longer exist. But death also refers to the quality of your life. So there are people that are alive that are experiencing death. We all experience death. From the minute you're born, boom, you have time placed inside of you. You're on borrowed time. You see, this is why God is in everybody. Because time is within everybody. When you die, your time is up. Your borrowed time is finished. You see, this is what I can best illustrate for you to understand. See, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last, that is time. You see, for you to experience God, it's quite easier than you think. For you to experience God, you have to understand that time is all around us. Time is in our bodies. Time is placed inside our friends, family. Time is placed above us with the sun and moon. Time is everywhere. And this is why we have to explain, this is how the omnipresence of God is explained. Life, God is also life, like I mentioned earlier. And life is all around us. You see? Death is also part of God. And death is all around us as well. The immortality of God is directly connected to the infinite power of time. God is infinite because he has limitless time. That is the secret to his immortality. That's what set God apart from his creation. See, our time is limited, but God has infinite time. And because God has infinite time, this is why God is immortal. For you to experience God, you have to live. You have to live. Take the time out and just breathe and experience the creation. Yeah, I know. You can say prayer helps, yada, yada, yada. Forget the religious mumbo jumbo and bullshit for a second, please, because these are man-made instruments. Going to church, setting up temples, setting up all these religious traditions that does nothing except hinder us. Remember, God says he's not in a temple. How can you contain God in an omnipotent God with infinite amount of time? How could you contain time and life in a temple? You can't. It's impossible. But you can experience time and you can experience life simply by living and doing what you're commanded to do. You see? So I want everybody to take the time out and just walk outside. Feel the sun. Walk outside. Swim in the ocean. Feel the sand between your toes. Take a hike. Pet animals. Climb a mountain. Swim in the ocean. Pluck a fruit from the tree and eat. Live righteously. Live. Experience God because he's all around you. You see? Spiritual leaders and, these old religions, they're going to confine God to a temple, and therefore they're going to confine your understanding of God as well. But in order to experience the true God, which is life and death, in order to experience God, which is time itself, you got to make the most of your life and do good. You got to make the most of your life and enjoy the beauties of nature. Live at peace with nature. That's going to be my next segment. What is morality and how morality came to us? You see? But just live. If you want to experience God, just live and be. That is the highest honor you can show to God. That is true worship. That is true spirituality. Just to live